Well, I would say first off, you would never have seen me like this before because I wore a wig every day since ninth grade. People in California, where I used to live, they all knew that I had alopecia, but when I moved to Georgia when I was 15, I just decided I wasn't going to tell anybody, just going to wear the wig and try and hide it as much as I possibly could because I had so many bad experiences growing up with it that I was just terrified to even try to venture out and even tell my friends. None of my friends even knew. It was a really hard decision to try and figure out if I could do it or not, and I really wanted to go without it because it held me back a lot. Because I really love playing sports and soccer and stuff like that, but especially in Georgia with how hot it is here all the time, it's not really an option when you have a wig when you're gonna pretty much pass out if you get overheated. And there was just a lot of things that held me back from. It was part of my decision to live off campus because I didn't think I could handle living in a dorm with other people where they would all pretty much have to find out that I had alopecia. Starting this summer, ever since my hypnosis, I've just been practicing, and I've been going to like the grocery store or the gas station, places where I was pretty much like anonymous, never really gonna see these people again, just trying to practice and get used to it. I used to feel like I had a giant target on my back, like everybody was staring at me, and I felt like everybody was gonna come up and say something to me that would just be like, oh my God, I'm gonna burst into tears right now. And because I was really, really sensitive to comments before. And now little things don't bother me, and I've so far had a really great experience, and I think it's because the hypnosis has helped me get a lot of confidence in myself. So when I walk into a room, people don't even treat it as anything because I'm just like, yeah, this is me, so what? And you can accept it or you can't, but whatever, I'm gonna keep going. I've been going without my wig every single day since I started summer classes, and it's been great. I've had a really great experience. I haven't had any negative experiences with it, and I think that is just because of the confidence, because I was really, really not confident. I was very insecure before, and it's really helped me to get past that. I noticed a lot when I'm like reading for classes and stuff like that, where before I would have to reread something like 6 or 8 times because it just wasn't getting in, because it was a little bit boring. But I've learned a lot more to pace myself and to not procrastinate as much so that I can do it in like little sizable chunks where I can pay attention to it for a few hours and then realize, okay, I get a break, and then I can come back to it later and pick it up again, and I'm getting a lot more out of what I'm doing, and it's a lot easier for me to focus now when I am reading because I'm building in those short breaks, and I know that it's gonna get done early and I'll have time to do stuff later. That's gotten like, I'd say like tenfold better. I used to be staying up late or having a lot of all-nighters in a semester. I mean, I would probably have an all-nighter at least every 2 weeks, around there. Sometimes it was like 3 days in a row of like, I got a half an hour of sleep in the morning before the exam. And this time, it's been about 6 weeks for this semester, and my schedule is really, really intense this summer. People laugh at me when I tell them what I'm doing because they're like, you're insane, that's too much, how can you possibly do that? And I'm getting a full 8 to 9 hours of sleep every night, which that's a big bonus because I'm usually exhausted when I'm doing all my schoolwork and stuff. So I've definitely noticed that as a major improvement. I'm sleeping every night. That's a really major accomplishment for my procrastination because I'm doing stuff when I need to do it ahead of time so that I can have extra time if I need it. And I used to do like all my all-nighters and stuff like that. I'd be reading, and Chloe would be up with me because we studied together all the time, and I'd be reading the page, and I just like, it's almost like I describe it as like a mental blank where it's like your brain's almost shutting itself down because it's just so tired and it can't do it anymore, or like the words start going off the page and you're like, that's weird, that's never happened before, and that's not happening anymore, and I'm able to read and take it in, and I'm not exhausting myself. I'm a lot better with confrontation now and asking for what I want. Because before I used to be really like, oh, well, if you could do this for me, that'd be great, or maybe we can talk about it later, and now I'm just like, I really need this, I'm gonna need it by this time, and how can we make this happen, instead of making it more like open-ended statements where it's like they could kind of not do it if they didn't really feel like it because I wasn't really adamant about what I wanted. He's just a really awesome guy. I mean, I owe him a lot because he has really helped me. He's pretty much given me my life back. I mean, he's an amazing guy. He's really friendly, and he makes it easy for you to tell him what you need, which is really important for this kind of thing when you have to be willing to share really, like, sometimes intimate details. Like when I was talking about how I was bullied when I was younger with alopecia, that was a really emotional topic for me when I first came, and he made me feel really comfortable, and that was something I really appreciated.